And what I'm proud of is being a part of a show that's hopefully going to remind young people that they can adapt and they can thrive. And
Jeanine, thank you so much for the time to chance to chat with you. I really appreciate it. WONDLA is
oh,
wonderful. Uh,
oh, thank you so much, Steve. I'm so happy to be here and chatting with you. And I love that you loved it. That makes me really happy.
I really did. It was not what I expected it to be. The tone was even more mature than I thought it would be, and I loved your character. What excited you to bring Ava to life?
Exactly what you just said. It was surprising to me from the beginning just how mature the show was, the quality of the storytelling, the nuance of the performance, and the level of the visuals. Like it just felt like of course it would be insane to get to be a part of something that's revolutionary in the animated space, but particularly animated series space. I've always been a fan of Skydance and John Lasseter and all the projects that he's brought into animation that have just been like seminal for this medium. And I love Apple TV Plus, and I love the level of excellence that all these people require. So it was just one of the most like beautifully collaborative pieces I've ever gotten to be a part of. And it's now, sort of creeped into my expectation for live action stuff where I'm like, this wouldn't fly with Skydance and Apple TV Plus. They would want it perfect, you know?
Honestly, it is such a high bar across the board, and
Yeah.
it's stunning. It's expansive. It's just a beautiful, beautiful show. Um,
Thank you.
one of the things I love about it, it's interesting because it swings at it right out the gate and talks about E is for Earth, F is for family. But family seems to take a new meaning in this series, and I was wondering
Mm-hmm.
what you think defines a family, and especially how it arrives in the show.
100% found family was one of the earlier themes that I really just my heart just latched onto. I loved the idea of that being at the center of a show about a young woman that's going to be hopefully enjoyed by young audiences, to remind them that regardless of whatever situation they are in, both in a physical family setting but also like the world that they are heading into and the things they might be having to navigate, that there is found family to forge and to look after them and take care of them. That's made all the difference in my life. And obviously as an artist, like, you travel around a lot, you don't always get to have your biological family or your closest friends with you. Found family has been sacred for me, and it's been it's part of the collaborative element of artistry that I love so much. So I'm excited for people to be reminded that in the most unassuming places you can find your people.
Absolutely. And I love that you talk about the collaborative process of art too. And wherever
Yeah.
we go, we need those connections. Um,
Mm-hmm.
one of the things too, as I think about this with Ava, certainly, raised in underground circumstances as she takes the steps forward. And obviously when she, without giving anything away, when she arrives and she steps forward, things are not as she expects. And
Absolutely.
I was wondering from your perspective, do you think we can ever really be prepared for real life as we're growing up?
No, I don't. I think that's the beauty of life, is that there's no rule book, and even if someone wrote one for right now 2024, it would be outdated by September of 2024, it's just the nature of the world, and I find that hugely exciting, and I love that Eva approaches it with enthusiasm and excitement as well. Tony, when he originally wrote the series A Search for Wanla, he wrote it for his daughter because he, as a father, was attempting to equip her and knew that everything he was teaching her was informed by the world he grew up in, but he was already seeing how the world she was going to grow up in and the world she would be faced with would be very different. And I think now, we have a lot of conversations about that. We feel like we're at the precipice of a new kind of life and a new kind of world. And what I'm proud of is being a part of a show that's hopefully going to remind young people that they can adapt and they can thrive, and remind parents that so much of what we instill is the magic, is the stuff that's going to allow them to do that. um, I'm not intimidated by the world that I will hopefully one day get to grow a family in, and that my nieces and nephews are now starting to grow up in. I'm excited to equip them to handle whatever comes their way. And I think there's a lot of love and to be found and loved to to forge, you know, regardless of what the world would look like. There's so much to be excited about.
I appreciate that. I'm a parent of two boys myself, and that really connected. I really connected with that aspect of the series. Honestly, it's wonderful to speak with you. I know we're out of time, but I wish you the best. Thank you so much.
Oh, I so appreciate it. Thank you so much. And say hello to your boys for me.
I will. I will. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.